This exercise asks us to graph f of x equals negative quantity x minus 2 squared plus 1, and it wants us to graph that using translations. So let's recall the rules for graphing using translations, and reflections in this case. We start with our base graph, f of x equals x squared. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that, and that's one that you should have somewhere stored in your memory for easy recall. Okay, so it goes like this. It has a vertex here at 0, 0, and it goes to 1, 1, and then it goes to 2, 4, and then it reflects, and there's a similar point, a mirror reflection at negative 2, 4, and it goes up like this. This is our standard parabola. Oops, it doesn't curve back on itself though. Remember, it always has to pass the vertical line test. Okay, so something like this, and then it just keeps going like that, and then the same thing over here. Something like this, right? A standard parabola. There we go. And now we're going to take this parabola and we're going to shift it around. So we work from the inside out, and here we go. So the first thing we do is this minus 2. Well, we'll go over here. F of x minus k shifts it to the right by k units. So it's always the opposite. When they're inside the parentheses, it goes in the opposite direction. So a minus 2 moves it 2 to the right. Okay, 2 to the right. All right, 1, 2. So there's our new vertex. This thing here, this negative, reflects about the x-axis. Okay, so now we're going down, something like that. Right, so I started here with this minus 2, and I'm working my way out. So next thing to do was this negative out in front here, and then the last thing we do is this plus 1 that shifts up 1, up 1. So there we go. So there's our new vertex, and we're going down. Okay, so now I'm going to mimic our parent graph. So I'm basing all of this on this black parent graph here. So then we have this. Nothing's been stretched or anything like that, so it's just over 1, down 1, over 1, down 1, just like here on the base graph we did over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1. And then we'll do over 2, down 4, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, there we go. And then we'll mirror it right over here. Okay, there we are. Like so. Okay, so we took our base graph, we moved it 2 to the right, we reflected it, and then we moved it up 1. We got this new graph. So this new one here, f of x equals negative x minus 2 squared plus 1.